And here we go. So as we start our new unit on heat exchange, I am glad that we decided to review solids, liquids, and gases because, Josie, a lot of the things that we're about to talk about really do revolve around solids, liquids, and gases because heat can pass through solids, heat can pass through liquids, and heat can pass through gas, the air, as well. And we'll talk about all of the ways that heat moves as we go through this. This particular picture here, Braley, is very important. I would be blown away if you did not see it again. Now, as we were teaching through the first quarter, there were things that I thought might show up on the benchmark, whether that was the word brackish or that bones make red blood cells or any of the other things that they love to put on those tests. Did we see some of those things? Yes, we did, because they just love to put them on there. They love to put this picture, circle one of them, and then ask you what kind of heat transfer that is. Or they'll use this picture as an example and then give you a question about one of the three and have you answer that. So again, you'll see this picture again. I know that I can find this picture when we are doing our tests in class. I mean, I make the test, so if I'm telling you it's going to be on there, you'll see this picture again. Feel good about that? All right. So as we get started off, as with most of the things that we do, we go ahead and start off with a wonderful vocabulary word, and that vocabulary word is heat. I'm going to look real quick. I don't specifically remember heat being on here. Yeah, I don't see heat as an official vocabulary word, but we're going to get rid of things like, let's see here, electrical energy on our test for this week, but I could probably substitute heat for that. And if I was going to define heat, I'm going to put two different things on there. I am going to say heat is a form of energy transferred between two objects with different temperatures. That's fine. And I also, and you'll notice on the chart, I'm going to highlight, put a star by it, and everything else when I say that heat moves from warmer objects to cooler objects, because that is extremely important. So here's our definition for heat, and here is something else I'm going to put with heat. And I actually put a star and used a highlighter on the anchor chart today, and I will write this up on the board in just a moment. All right, so again, we know that heat is energy. It moves from the warmer object to the cooler object. Very important thing for us to know. We're going to move on in our slides to this. Again, yes, it's okay for us to say the ice made my hand cold. What I need you to know is the reason, Jonathan, that my hand got cold is because the heat's moving from my hand into the ice. And a huge portion of the questions that we're going to have is going to ask you, which way did the heat move? Was there a gain of heat, a loss of heat? And then what happened to the object, usually water, when you added or you lose heat? And we're going to talk about that here in just a few minutes. This is why I wanted to go over solids, liquids, and gases with you. Just to remind us, you should have a base knowledge of solids, liquids, and gas. Even when I get to solids, liquids, and gas, I'm not going to spend forever on that. All right? We're just not going to spend forever on that. However, what we are going to do now is we're going to talk about how water can be in the form of a solid as ice. Water can obviously be a liquid because it's water then. And it can turn into water vapor as well. And we're going to talk about the processes involved in moving in between those three states of matter. Does that make sense? All right, I'm going to pause this.